When Orion Township firefighters aren't busy saving lives, they're giving back to the community. Coming up, we'll take you to the glamorous Firemen's Ball fundraiser. The Lake Orion Lions Club raised funds for their charitable efforts while allowing local restaurants to offer up their specialties at the 2018 Taste of the Town. Orion Township Parks and Rec hosted 3 days of events geared toward treasure hunters searching for bargains. And ONTV's Joe Johnson will bring you highlights from Pac 512's Pinewood Derby. Stay tuned to find out who was crowned champion. Hello everyone, I'm Stacy Calloway. I'll have those stories and more on this edition of ONTV News. The Orion Firefighters Association is an organization made up of firefighters and their family members whose goal is to help better the community. Recently, they hosted their annual fundraiser, the theme of which was pride, community, and service. On the evening of Saturday, March 2nd, members of the Lake Orion community arrived at Hank Creek Country Club in support of the Orion Firefighters Association's 35th annual Firemen's Ball. Those in attendance enjoyed an evening of dinner and music and took part in raffles and a silent auction.
So this is 100% our flagship event. We have a couple smaller events throughout the year, like our golf outing, which is kind of a topic again tonight. But this is really the big fundraiser that we do every year that allows us to carry on our initiatives and a lot of our projects and donations throughout the community all year long.
Money raised at the event allows the OFFA to sponsor a youth baseball team, offers scholarships to those seeking a career in emergency services, and help families who have lost their home and belongings to fire. The goal was to raise $20,000.
The Orion Firefighters Association has been around for many years, north of 50 years. They've been doing the Firemen's Ball this is obviously the 35th year. So what this allows us to do is kind of move away from the bureaucratic nature of funding that goes to a township fire department. We can take donations and sponsorship and put it right into the community a lot quicker, and that has served us so well. So we take a lot of our projects and we try to upgrade the community. Anything surrounded by education, safety, health, we're involved with, and it's a really great program and a really great association to be a part of.
It was also announced that the OFFA's annual golf outing fundraiser will be renamed in honor of firefighter Roger Lesniak, who passed away in November.
We lost a firefighter last year, Captain Roger Lesniak Jr. So Roger succumbed to natural causes in his passing, but Roger was always the foremost I would say organizer of the golf outing. Roger was there every year with a team. He was there at 5, 6 a.m. making sure this golf outing got underway. He didn't get paid. He did it because he wanted to make sure the Orion Firefighters Association and the community was better off for it. So this year, in memoriam of his passing, we've renamed our golf outing the Roger Lesniak Memorial Golf Outing. So it's a very important night for us that we honor him in that way. That way his legacy will carry on for many years and decades to come.
Throughout the year, the Lake Orion Lions Club hosts fundraisers that help them with their charitable efforts in the community. Recently, the Lions Club hosted an event that also put a spotlight on area restaurants. On the evening of Saturday, February 23rd, approximately 200 attendees came out to Kings Court Castle at Canterbury Village for the 4th annual Taste of the Town event benefiting the Lake Orion Lions Club. 18 restaurants from the Orion-Oxford area served up their specialties, and those in attendance took part in silent and live auctions.
We're hoping that it's people not necessarily from the Lions or church, but the whole community, and that they see what we do, that the volunteer efforts that we make, we turn back and give it back to the community in need.
Well, the Lake Orion Lions Club does a lot of different things to help people here in town. The biggest thing that we do is our Christmas basket program. And this last year, we've supplied 2 weeks worth of food to over 200 families and about 90 seniors. So it's a big deal. Besides that, we do things called Project Kids Sight. We screen kids' eyes. And we're providing glasses. We provide hearing aids for people in need. and somebody just needs help, they can give us a call and we can try to help them.
I had a chance to talk to representatives of some of the restaurants taking part in the event.
Our company's family owned and operated, and we're community driven. And without the community, there is no Fork and Pine. So that's, we try to be involved in everything that happens for Lake Orion. It's such a great community. It's close knit. Everybody knows everybody, and we really enjoy being part of it.
Is this your first time being here at this event?
No, we were here last year. We served up goulash, which everybody loved it. We have our house barley soup, which we have every day. And today we have goulash, and we're enjoying the other foods that are here too. This is a great event supporting the community. We like to help people out, and it's just fun to be around the community and with everybody, the people.
Is this your first time being a part of this event?
Absolutely. And I didn't know what I was missing out on, because we don't do many events, and I think we should do it a little bit more. It's sort of fun.
What made you want to participate in it this year?
A couple of the guys reached out to us, and we said absolutely, especially when we found out it was affiliated with the Lions Club. My dad was big with the Lions Club way back in the day, so it's very nice.
It's a wonderful event. We came first year and had a lot of great turnout, a lot of feedback to the store, so we're encouraged to do it again, and it's a good event for us. We appreciate it.
So like you said, the first time you came out, you noticed that more people after coming to the event, they started coming to your business?
Oh, absolutely. It was one of the very first events we had done, and after that we had noticed a steady people that we saw you at the Lions Club event and came into the store, so it was a great marriage.
The Lions Club's next major fundraiser will take place on Saturday, March 30th at the Knights of Columbus Hall on Orion Road. Members of the community are invited to place your bets at the Lions races as elaborately decorated wooden lions race against each other. For more information, you can call 248-975-6378 or visit lakeorionlions.org. In 2018, the Oxford Orion Fish Food Pantry handed out almost 187,000 pounds of food, serving over 4,700 individuals. The food pantry depends on donations from individuals and local organizations to help them combat hunger in North Oakland County. ONTV's Joe Johnson recently visited the food pantry's location in Oxford for a special check presentation.
On Friday, January 22nd, representatives of the VFW Post 334 arrived at the Oxford Orion Fish Food Pantry to make a generous donation. Post Commander Jim Hubbard was joined by Chuck Haskin and Jim Mouse to present fish with a check for $1,200. The donation allows the organization to sponsor a shelf for an entire year.
It is absolutely overwhelming. Every donation we get is a real gift, but to have them adopt a shelf, that is wonderful. It just takes the pressure off from the total fish unit of having to do this. However, we will help to maintain this shelf. It will not be empty, but their donation is wonderful. It will truly relieve our efforts.
Once a year, we do what's called a Buddy Poppy Drive. It's in the month of May, so you'll start seeing us the first 2 weeks of May. We'll be on street corners, we'll be at stores, we'll be everywhere with our little red Buddy Poppies. And through those donations, we take that money and just for the fish store here, we turn around and gave $1,200. For the Oxford and Lake Orion High School's overnight parties, we donated $500 to each one of those. Recently, we donated $1,000 to the Lake Orion Police Department. They needed some Kevlar vests for their dogs. So all the money we get in our relief fund goes back out and does directly to the community and or our veterans that are in need. We try to help them out as much as we can. But without the support of the community, we couldn't do any of these activities at all.
After seeing a video produced by ONTV that spotlighted the Fish Food Pantry, Chuck Haskin attended a February meeting and asked his fellow members if they knew about the organization that had recently moved into their new location on M24. He was surprised by their response.
We asked, how many people know exactly what this is? We had 4 veterans knew what fish represented it. Majority of them thought this was more like a fish market, not a food pantry, because they never took the time as they're doing 55 miles an hour down the Pier Road to actually know what this organization does. So what we're hoping, we're not only giving the donation out here to fish, but we want to challenge all of our membership is to get the word out there about fish and what they do here, so the people in need know where to go. And for any other donors out there, it's a fantastic place.
Post Commander Jim Hubbard told us he found out that several members of the organization had used the services offered by Fish in the past.
At the meeting, there were several gentlemen that stood up and mentioned that at one time in their life they needed the support, and so they went to Fish and were treated with a wonderful opportunity to receive food and get them to their hard time. So with their expectations and explanations how wonderful things were at the Fish organization, it was a real easy vote to make to help support this organization.
Oakland County is the richest county in the state of Michigan, and I think it's the 19th richest county in the United States, and yet there are hundreds of people that are going hungry. There's really no reason for that. If we can get the other organizations out here to join in with us and help support these families, everybody would benefit from it.
If you would like to adopt a shelf or make a donation, you can give Fish a call at 248-628-3933 or visit oxfordorionfish.org. In Oxford, this is Joe Johnson reporting for ONTV News.
Thanks, Joe. The next major food drive benefiting Oxford Orion Fish is the letter carrier Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive, scheduled for Saturday, May 11th. On that day, residents are asked to leave bags of non-perishable food items at your mailbox. Letter carriers will collect and deliver the donations to the post office. For more information on how you can help the Fish Food Pantry, give them a call at 248-628-3933 or visit oxfordorionfish.org. As the temperatures warm up a bit, some might be thinking about garage sale season. Orion Township unofficially kicked off the season with 3 days of events geared toward treasure hunters. Things kicked off on the morning of Friday, March 1st, with the popular community garage sale. Dozens of vendors set up shop in the Orion Center, offering a wide variety of items, including clothing, jewelry, home decor, and more. On Saturday, the doors of the Orion Center opened once again, this time for the Toy and Comics Expo. The public was invited to shop for collectibles, ranging from action figures to die-cast cars. Comic books are always popular, and plenty of bargains were to be found. The expo was a good way to introduce young ones to the world of collecting. Then, on Sunday, March 3rd, Orion Township Parks and Rec hosted the first ever antiques show in the banquet room. The eclectic mix of items drew a lot of foot traffic into the Orion Center.
Today is brand new. We decided to try something brand new. I had some suggestions from some of the vendors from the other expos asking us to do an antique show, so we decided why not? It'd be a good deal. People in Orion Township love a good deal. They love antiques, so we threw it together, and so far we've had some really good attendance.
All 3 events were free to the public, including parking. Vendors paid a nominal fee for tables to help offset the cost of the events.
Well, we benefit from these shows because we get people up and active. We get people coming out together as a family, which I'm all about family, and we get them coming in the door at the Orion Center. I've had a nonstop flow of people asking me about programs, what happens in this building. It's very surprising that some people who live in this township have never been in this building, and they really don't know what we do in here.
Organizers are already looking ahead to the next event scheduled for June 1st. The Toy and Comic Expo will be combined with the Antiques Show inside the Orion Center, while the Community Garage Sale will take place outdoors in the parking lot on the same day. If you'd like to get involved or if you have any questions, you can give them a call at 248-391-0304, extension 3500, or visit orionparks.com. The mission of the Orion Art Center is to nurture expression and creativity of individuals of all ages and artistic levels through classes, programs, exhibitions, and events. Recently, the Art Center hosted an event that showcased the work of the community's youngest artists. Once again, here's Joe Johnson with the story.
On Thursday, February 28th, the Orion Art Center kicked off its annual Anything Goes K-8 show with an opening reception. It was the first show of the year and showcased the artwork of students from Lake Orion and surrounding communities.
I can just imagine what it does for a child who might be, they're just getting their feet wet maybe in art, and to see something like this where their art is actually hanging for people to see, it's got to be encouraging for them to just keep going and continue to do it and get better and better.
Local artist Laura Gabriel faced the difficult task of judging the entries. Awards of $75 were handed out in 4 age groups. The winner in the kindergarten to 2nd grade division went to Gabriella Gravel for her entry, Unicorn in the Woods. In the 3rd and 4th grade division, the award went to Robert Schrammick for Parrot in Paradise. In the 5th and 6th grade division, Jada Fallis took home the award. And in the 7th and 8th grade division, the prize went to Abby Conley for her entry entitled Flowers. Executive Director Karen Starrick told us it was a challenge trying to determine which submissions would end up as part of the exhibit.
Yeah, it's not easy because you certainly don't want to discourage young artists. That's the hardest part of a show like this, and especially when we judge the show, that becomes increasingly difficult because you're not really judging them for who's a winner and who's a loser because, in my opinion, they're all winners. Just to get their artwork up on the wall of a local gallery, especially at a kindergarten age, it's amazing. So in my mind, they're all winners.
The exhibit will be on display until March 29th. Then the Art Center will begin accepting submissions for their popular Recreate Recycled exhibit. This year's theme is Celebrate Michigan, and artists are encouraged to use materials that would otherwise end up in a landfill. That show kicks off on April 25th. For more information, visit orionartcenter.org. In Lake Orion, this is Joe Johnson reporting for ONTV News.
The Daytona 500 has come and gone, and the Indy 500 is in May, but Lake Orion had its own racing spectacle, and a new champion was crowned. Here is Joe Johnson with all the exciting highlights.
On Saturday, March 9th, dozens of scouts from Pack 512 gathered at Good Shepherd Lutheran Church for the 2019 Pinewood Derby. 1st through 5th graders from Carpenter Elementary School represented 5 dens: lions, tigers, wolves, bears, and webelos. Siblings were also invited to take part. Each car raced 3 times, once in each lane, with its creator hoping to advance to the finals.
Oh, the kids love this. This is probably their favorite event of the year. I look forward to putting it on. It's really stressful, but our friends at dealsinthed.com and Zott Ford helped us out this year by sponsoring the event and made things run really smooth for us.
Each scout was provided a kit and is allowed to be as creative as they want as long as the car doesn't exceed the weight limit of 5 ounces. A sophisticated timing system determined which cars advance to the finals.
We have an electronic timer system that has photo eyes that see the cars in the track and a starting switch at the starting gate. And we have a computer software that registers the start of the switch and when each car goes through the gates at the end. So in one of our races today, we had a difference of 1/10,000th of a second between first and second. So it's a godsend. We can't judge that, with our eyes. So.
Those who reached the finals raced 3 more times. After the final race of the day, the scouts eagerly awaited the presentation of the trophies. The top 3 finishers from each den received a trophy, with all participants receiving a participation medal. The largest trophy was saved for last. It was presented to Nathan Watt, who was named the overall winner of the 2019 Pac 512 Pinewood Derby.
When I heard that I was in the finals, I was like, oh snap, I could win this. And then when I heard my name for the first place, I was like,
I hope they get a good sense of competition and fairness and being a good sportsman, as well as the crafting of the car with their parents. It's a memory that lives with you forever. I remember building my first cars with my dad in the garage when I was a Cub Scout. So I hope those memories pass on to all the future generations.
From Good Shepherd Lutheran Church in Orion Township, this is Joe Johnson reporting for ONTV News.
Thanks, Joe. And with that, we'll wrap up this edition of ONTV News. On behalf of the hardworking ONTV News team, I'm Stacy Calloway. Thanks for watching.